Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about two topics today and now before first break. And one of the topic is Docker volume. Okay, now another topic is Docker networking. Both will be sort of crash course. We will not spend much time before moving to the Docker image because Docker image is our main session. Okay, so now the question is, what is Docker volume? What is Docker volume? What is Docker volume? Whenever we say volume, you must be using multiple cloud platforms and all. So whenever we use the volume is basically to make data persistent. Simple. To make data persistent. That's a reason for it, right? Because our compute nowadays in the world of compute in the world of cloud now in the world of containers in the world of containers also our compute unit, which is a container, is a compute unit. Okay, VM is a compute unit. uh, what is it uh, EC2 instance is a compute unit. So this compute unit is inferal means that will run, that will stop, that will terminate it. But data should not be lost because data is something which you need all the time. Application, you can run it as many times, you can get up and running, no problem, because you have a same application stored somewhere else. But the data which is generated with the help of application is very precious, very precious. So how can we have a data persistency? And the answer is Docker volume. Now guys, Docker volume itself, you have a three types. Okay, three types. Now I will also share some references so it will be good for you. And one more thing guys, any topics, tutorials, slides, videos, if you are looking for it, please remember that only one place. So you'll get everything at devoschool.com only. So any topics related to Kubernetes, Docker and also other topics also you get it. But I'm not referring too much of course material because I want you to learn in the session itself and start using it. Okay, so here Docker volume. And here I think this article is good reference for it. You can refer it later while doing the lab, you can refer it. So guys, there are three types of volumes. One of the type is the volume. Today's light site is a little bit slow, I don't know what is the reason. Are you finding my issues, I mean any issues with audio and some stuff like that?
No.
No.
So maybe the site is slow. Okay, so here three types of volume. One is a volume alone. Okay. Another one is mount. Okay, post mount. And third one is temp fs. Okay, so these are the type. Now, what is a volume? What is a mount? And what is a temp fs? I should show you directly the demo, so it'll be good for you. So login. AWS is also slow. Internet is good speed. Not now. AC2. Start. So this is IP address, okay, which I'm using for demo. So let me log into this putty auth ppk. Yes, CentOS. I'll become a root. Improve the view so you can see better. So guys, one request: the if you are showing your screen also, please show me in this way so I can see well. Okay, because that's very difficult to read sometimes. Okay, so Docker PS, no container is running right now. That's good. Docker PS FNA sees few containers. I'm going to run one containers. Okay, so Docker, okay, Docker run hyphen itd Ubuntu. I got the one container here. You see, there's one container. Now inside a container, I will create some data. Okay, so exec this one, touch some important data. This is important for me. Okay, DevOps school dot txt. So inside that executing touch command, it will create one dummy file. Now Docker exec container id ls opt. See, the file is there. This data is very important. Now I would like to know, is this data is there in my where in my storage. So go to var lib docker find dot name linux command, and here guys, this data is there somewhere in the host machine. You see that two places. Where why that is there, how come is there, we'll talk about later. First understand that data is there, but what happened due to some accident, that container got deleted. Okay, so see here, I will do this something like open up new session, CentOS. Okay, sudo hyphen s, I'll go var lib docker, and what I will do that this is a one session, go up, this is another session, come down. There's a multi-screen also, you can use it, but right now that's okay. I just want to manage with this one. Okay, now you see here, watch find dot name is equal to DevOps school dot txt. I am running. You see here two places. Now what I will do, Docker PS. This container I stop it, and you see here I'm stopping it. See, one gone, and Docker ps-a. Which one? It was this one, right? This is it. I'm deleting this. So Docker rm container id, and you see my data is gone. So I lose my container, I lose my data. That was my precious data. I lost it. So we need something solution, right? Some solution. That is where we are using Docker volumes. Did you understand the use cases of it?
Yes.
Yep.
So, guys, the data should be beyond the life cycle of containers. Containers going, no problem. I should be having the data persistency. So, first one is the type is volume. Now, the question is, what is a volume? So, volume is an inbuilt type, and this will store the data inside one place, and that place is this place. Okay, so all the volumes you create, it will be creating storing it here. Now if you go for the second type, it can be any place in host machine. So basically it can be NFS also, network file system. So across the node also you can save this data. Okay, NFS, network file system, it can be. Okay, or this is in memory. Okay, so memory, there's a drawbacks. Memory, there is a drawbacks means, any idea when you store in the memory, what is the drawbacks for the storage?
If the host machine down, it will be.
Yeah, so if that host machine restarted, that memory losses, because that so container is lost, you won't lose the data, but if the system got rebooted, you lose the data. So that is what. So let's focus on the volume and mount, which is important. Now the question is where you can use the memory. So memory you can use it for the cache or queue services and all stuff like that. You can use this. Okay.
Just a question. This volume you said that slash var lib docker volumes, right? This is a constant path always, or we could change it.
No, you cannot change it. You cannot change it. You have to.
Okay.
But
So then it is better to use in the mount location, right? I mean, so if you have a large amount of data or something like.
that's what I said. If you want to store that in the same host, you can use this one. If you want to store somewhere else with a mount with NFS or something, you can use this point. Depends, different scenarios are there, right? Let's say
Okay.
you don't want to store in the across the host. Maybe the data is not so important, but it should be going, it should be there in the same host. Even though containers lost, the data should be there. So in that case you can use this one. So they have given you all the options, right? For example, you store that data in your laptop, but you also store in Google Drive, and you also store in the some flash drive. Why you store in the flash drive? Because you think if my laptop lost or stolen or maybe destroyed, I will get it back from the external drive or Google Drive, right? It's like this. Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Rajesh, what is the difference between volume and mount here? Because both are file paths, right? For a Docker, it is storing in a file path for
Yeah.
first two options.
Both are storing in the file path. That's what I've been telling you. This will be in the same host at this location. Though you can create a soft link, you know that how to create a soft link in Linux?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So those also you can create a soft link and it will be any places in the host also.
Yeah.
It's up to
That's it.
you to play with the system, because if you know the system well, you can design your own stuff. But yeah, typically it will be in the volume. Now here when we use the mount, it will be in any place in the host path. Now let me see if that image got loaded. Yeah, see here. Look at this. So container can store the file in the volumes, okay, and memory, volumes, and bind mount. So bind mount and volume both are basically in the file system of your host machine only, okay. But volume will be in the Docker area. Bind mount will be in any places in the host machine. Okay, are you getting the point?
Yeah, sure.
Rajesh, if we store data in mount, the example what you showed, that file which disappeared once we remove the container, in mount it will not happen, or it will happen the same way.
No, that is the problem we are solving, right? If the data
Okay.
container should get disappear, data should be there. That's a problem we are solving, right?
Okay.
Rajesh, one example of memory where the temp of s is used, use it cache, but can you
Queue,
just give all?
queue services, cache, plus drive,
Okay.
plus storage. These are the things we can use it. Queue like use queue for is there in the queue. It will get processed if it is CPU is available. So something like that you can store it.
And Rajesh, this memory, when the Docker goes down, the memory also is released, right?
No. System get rebooted, then memory get released.
Oh, so even if the Docker is gone down and if it comes back, it retains the memory. Is
Right.
that
It retains. Yeah.
okay? Fine. Thank you.
So guys, can we go into the demo now? Okay. So now,
Yes.
guys, look at this here. I'm talking about the first one, volume. Very simple, actually, very simple concept. How do we work with it? How do we work with it? So, guys, that I have command which I have Docker. I know that, but rest of the commands I don't know. So, if I don't know, I will ask help. I will come to know. Okay, so if I see here so many commands, if you remember yesterday I had shared one URL, so categorization of the command. So please follow that one. That will give you the shape of learning. Okay, so learning, working with the containers we completed, monitoring completed, and then working with the images pending. But before that, you have volumes. So volumes here, if I see, here it is, correct? Volume. Okay, volume. Okay, so many of these commands is basically swarm related commands, so you might not need it. Swarm means the competitor of Kubernetes for the enterprise edition. So I think not everything you need it, but some of the commands you need it. For example, this one, this one, this one, this one, like that. Okay, so remaining commands is for the swarm purpose. So volume. So I got to know volume. Wonderful. So that's a Docker volume. Now I don't know what is the next command. So I'll put enter one more time, and I got to know 4 5 commands. Now if you want to create a volume, inspect a volume. Inspect command. Do you remember Docker inspect container ID? So guys, inspect is very powerful command. Okay. So you can inspect container, you can inspect image, you can inspect volume, you can inspect network, which is the next topic. So many things you can inspect actually through inspect command. So please keep it handy whenever you have any questions about what is this, what is that, and all. So you can use inspect command. Okay. So here, if you want to list out the volumes, ls. You want to remove unused volume, true. And if you want to remove volumes, rm. So of course I want to list out. So here, how many volumes you have? ls. Now the questions I'm having in my mind is, yesterday I did not create any volumes. So how come you got these volumes? Because if I see list out, I think I have 8 volumes in my place. So how come you got these volumes? Can I go and check? So go to volumes directory, and here I got this volumes. So this is there, volume ls. If I do, it's there. Look at this. So how come these volumes are there? I'm not able to understand. So the answer is hidden for this question is in the image of Jenkins. Yes. Answer for this question, how come these volumes are there, is hidden in the image of Docker. So I think the machine which I am using, you guys have run the Jenkins image so many times, and I can say this guy have run 8 times Jenkins. That's the reason 8 times volumes got created. If you go inside it, one of the volumes, let me go inside it, cd. If you go inside it, data. You see, these are the Jenkins file. If you know Jenkins well, you can understand very easily. These are the Jenkins. That means understand this way. Jenkins container is not anymore running, or it's deleted, but the storage is there. Now this storage is there, whatever the Jenkins configuration file and jobs, this, that, and all stuff like that. So anyways, we will talk about in the image section that part, but right now at least we got to know we have to prune it or we have to remove it. That I need to know. So can I do this one, because I want to clean it up. So first thing, I will prune it. Okay, prune will delete unused volumes. I want to check how many unused volumes are there. So here docker volume and spelling prune, enter. Okay, and ls. Okay, so why, maybe I need to rerun one more time because maybe I pressed enter by mistake. Yes, now 5 volumes got deleted. Reclaim space is 420 plus 3 is there. This means 3 is being used, but where? I don't run any containers. Where? So actually it must be in a stop. See, you have a 3 Jenkins, 3. So if you really want to delete this, you can delete this one by one. Docker volume rm volume id, I deleted, and here it says remove volume is in use. So I am not able to delete because that container is in use. So what I need to do, docker stop and remove all containers. I don't know this command, I don't want to remember anytime. This is the only command I don't want to remember, and always I get it from the internet. So here stopping all the containers, anyways all of us stopped, and removing all the containers. All the containers removed. Can I delete now? Delete it. So guys, can I prune one more time? Done. And now you see here there is no volume is there, there is no size which you can consume it, and done. So now I taught you few options which actually it was available. Docker volume -h and these options, ram rm prune ls, and you can inspect and get to know more about it. So guys, did you understand so far?
Yep.
Now I am going to create a volume. So guys, I'm going to create a volume. How can I create a volume? So docker volume create. But what volumes I want to create? I will name it. If you don't name it, it will create a 40 character, but I want to name it dev. And guys, I got this dev directory here. See, if I do ls, I got this here. If I want to inspect volume, inspect dev, I got this. Full information, you have it. So I created a volume. I can delete the volumes, I can list the volume, I can prune the volumes, I can inspect the volumes. That is done. How can I use the volume? That is the questions which is pending right now. So did you understand this?
Yeah.
So guys, of course you want to use it in the containers. Now the question is how. So these are the commands which I run in order to play with the volumes. Please You can check it out also during the lab, not now, during the lab. So very simple commands. Also you have these commands mentioned in here also, somewhere in this. Go down, see here all these commands. Okay, so now this is the one. Now the question is, how do we use this? So guys, I don't know how many of you have noticed, but you should spend more time with this command. What command? Docker help run. Yes guys, because run has so many options. Please get comfortable with it. Please go through this. No matter whether you know or not know, please read at least one time, because in future if you come across this situation you will get to know. So see here, you can define the CPU related stuff. You can attach, detach to any C group rules. You can some IOS operations, DNS operations, environment operations. Some of the health string you can do that. Okay, interactive we were using already. Okay, some IP string you can give it. Kernel memory bytes you can specify. Memory you can specify. Network you can specify. PID you can specify. Publishing all -p options we did discuss yesterday. And user you can specify. Volumes you can specify. And this is the one which I wanted. So you can do a lot of things. Hell lot of things during runtime, because you should understand that hard code this statement in your mind. Whatever the behavior of container you want to change, you have to pass it during the runtime only. You cannot pass it once the container is running. Runtime you cannot modify it. So anything which you want to modify it, you have to pass it during runtime only. Guys, are you able to understand me?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
now, can we create a volumes now? Can we create a container? So guys, Docker run -itd Ubuntu. I hope you are comfortable with this command. But what I am going to do is I'm going to mount this volume. So what is the volume name? I forgot actually.
Dev.
Dev. Dev and QA, right? So guys, I'm writing dev, but inside a container, where you want to mount it? Inside a container, I want to mount it opt Raju DevOps 1. Okay, DevOps 1. Okay, this is the way you can uh, mount one volumes. Okay, can you mount two volumes? Why not? DevOps 2. Can you mount same volume other containers? Yes, why not? These volumes I'm mounting here also, here also. So guys, many things you can do that, and I am going to do that. So let me show you here. Docker ps no container is running -a no container is running. You see that. Enter. I created a container. Can I see Raju got created or not? Before that, you know, one thing I want to show you. See guys, this is not a mount, this is a container. Okay, this is a container. So you will see this. I will show you this one little later again in the image discussion. Okay, so now where is this mount has happened? Where the mount has happened? So I should do exec container id and what command? df -kh Linux.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Is it got mounted?
Yes.
Dev XP Dev.
Yes. Can I see here local dev? So can I do one thing? Can I write a file over there? So here, uh, same command, guys. And here, what I will do, touch here, path, that is a path. And here I will type Rajesh1.txt. Okay. I just created a file, and you see here, ls prove this file is available or not at that location. Ls, see the file is there. Can I check in the dev? Ls dev data, file is there. See, file is there. So whatever you create there, you get it here. Whatever you create here, touch Rajesh 2.txt. Whatever you create here, you get there. See that? So guys, did you understand how to use the volumes with the containers?
Yeah, it shows that XVDA1, and here we are searching in like underscore data. And we move the folder.
Which one?
No, because the file system says dev slash XVDA1, right?
Where is that?
And
In
that
the Git
DF
command.
minus DF minus KH.
Okay, this is at the kernel level actually. So this is
Okay.
a one mount is there which is will be named with a dev xvda. Next mount will
Okay.
be one. This is the kernel level mount.
Okay.
this
So
this is all are part of the a. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. So that's a
So this
you
yeah,
is
do
so no,
ls.
so but how did you go to this devs underscore data? Right, underscore data is like
where
fixed.
Yeah. So any volume you create, underscore data will be there, and inside that
Okay.
content will be stored. Any volume.
So Rajesh, is there any way we can specify the size of the volume?
That is a good question. And the answer for this question is for volume should be no. To be honest, I'm having little doubt, but it should be no. The question answer, it can be yes also, is certain scenario.
Mhm.
When why I'm saying yes and no both, because you must be wondering why, and the reason is volume ls, the driver for this is local. Okay, so when we have a local, then it will take the storage beneath whatever it is. So
Okay.
if you have a different driver, probably like a EBS or something, which is possible with the help of plugins, probably you can do that. Now, one more things I can try. Instead of me having a doubts, I should ask them only. How? Like this. And do we have options? So here, this is not options. So specify the driver. Here you can specify the driver, which is by default for me local. I'm not using any plugins or something because will do that in Kubernetes. But here I see opt and map, and when I see set driver specific options, so let me tell you here. There's a yes I said because of this reason. In the one is driver is local, so it will take the local storage. The answer, straightforward answer is no. But
Mhm.
with the opt option, and if you change the driver, then you can do that. Now the thing is you must be asking for it. How? then I should show you something. So Docker volume, let me see if I have that article. I think I have it, but sometimes my memory is not that strong. And so here, so now if you see this code, you have to change this O with driver, and if you see this here, see here, if you use the local it will be very difficult, but if you use the flocker or convoy, then it is possible. How? This whole command I have given you here.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So here is a driver local and is setting the size. It will not work because you have to use that flocker driver. Okay.
Okay.
So some explanation is been given. You can try and then hopefully it will work. Let me tell you here. Docker states no. Other drivers possible? Yes. Okay. This command will not work because they have this command used to work once upon a time, but now it will not work. Okay.
Okay. Any reason?
That Swarm has played a very important role, I think, because with the Swarm also you can do the volume management, different driver. So maybe because of that.
Okay.
Okay. So just check it out again. So many good references you can find on the internet. Okay.
Sure.
So I was having some different discussion, and the discussion was, what was that? Yeah. So how can you use the volumes? So guys, is that clear for everyone? Everyone?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
can I mount two volumes? Okay. So here, can I mount two volumes? You know one thing, what I'm doing right now? I'm creating new container with this command, and I'm mounting both the volumes, dev and QA, dev1, DevOps1 and DevOps2. So can I do it? So if you go here, clear the screen. I create one more container, remember? And here, oh sorry, Docker ps. This is the one, right? So here I will go Docker and exec and container ID ls opt. You see here, DevOps 1 is also there, DevOps 2 is also there. But now if I do ls DevOps 1, it should be having two files. Remember, same amount I did now. So same amount I did. So see, two files is there, and DevOps 2 should be empty because there's nothing. So yes, you can mount it same. Now if you inspect the container, you should do that actually. Many commands I've covered once and not repeating it, but you should have a habit of inspect logs and all this thing. You have to get a habit of it. Exec.
Rajesh, one question.
Hmm.
So these files are created by, if a file is created by a Docker,
Mhm.
okay, and a certain user creates a file,
Mhm.
then who is the owner from the host side?
Yeah, that's a very good question actually. So let me tell you here. Uh, let me tell you here. The concept is not, the answer for this question is not hidden in container and Docker. It's hidden in how Linux works. Understand that. How Linux works. So that is the answer. Now I will explain you Linux one, not a Docker one, because you need to understand. This is the Linux machine. This is the user one, and this is the root user. Guys, you tell me, this is the directory 1 and this is the directory 2. Now you tell me, this user 1, can he write in this file directory of owned by root?
No.
No, you have answer. Now, a root user, can he write in this directory?
Yes.
Yes. So now the question is how this access management is been done in the kernel level? Any idea? How
They
is we
they might
discussed
be
that?
maintaining a map or
No, no, no.
table
Remember
of
the
access.
Capabilities.
yes, capabilities.
Oh yeah.
Capabilities allows this add policies to the root user to get all access. Capabilities allow this user to get not access. Now let's convert the same scenario in the container world. Okay. So now think about it. You are you are thinking container is a different thing. No, actually it's a process in the host machine. It's just a mere process. I showed you that process table of the host machine. So this is your container, mere a process. Okay. And now this is logged in as a root. Think about it logically. This you logged in as a root. Now if you are running this container as a root, because root have a same permission as this guy. So can you write here? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Can you write here?
Yes.
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 But let's say there is one container with the Jenkins user. You saw that yesterday. Jenkins container was running with the Jenkins user. Now, can you write here? No.
No.
Can you write here? Yes.
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 But what will happen? In this case, if you run, see here, if you do the volumes which is owned by what do you say,
User.
Jenkins.
user, then root, then you will not be Jenkins will not be able to write. So for what you have to do, that directory where you are trying to write, just change the ownership. That's a one thing, chon, or change the permission, chmod. Anyone will work. Are you getting my points, guys?
So that means Docker's root user can delete host files, right?
Docker root, yes, why not? Yes, yes, why not? Because it's the same machine, right? You are taking that guy, that container is like a very special thing. No, it's a process for the host machine, like a other process also, like other process you run Apache, so it's create one process like other process also. It's like so many process you have it. So container is one of the process and running as a root user, so like that.
So,
Getting the points?
Rajesh,
So
uh,
yeah, go ahead.
one thing, when you say it should be so, are you saying like a Jenkins user? If I run a Jenkins Docker, I have a Jenkins user in my host machine as well.
Yes, you have to have it. Yes, you have to have it. If you are using not a volume, if you are using second type, you need to have it. This one. For this, it will work because what they will do, they will create a volume and assign the permission to the Jenkins also. But in this case, you need to have it.
Okay. So you need to have a host user, and so the host user ID, so UIDs in the host and the UIDs in the Docker will be the same. There
Should
is no
match, yeah,
difference in the.
match.
Okay.
If you,
But then we did not create any Jenkins user yesterday, right?
that's what I said. No, that you created here.
Okay.
So for this volumes, it's not required.
Was it part of the image,
Yes,
Jenkins
yes,
image?
yes, yes. I told you, no, that is a part of the image. I'll show you that.
Okay.
That implementation was a part of the image. So do not perceive container as a different things. It's just a mere process. All the behavior of Linux will apply on the containers also, because container is a process, mere process. Okay, now move on. Guys, so did you understand this? How can we mount this same volume?
Yes.
Okay, now next thing is, this is the volume type. How can you do that mount type? Nothing great about it. So here you decide where you want to host machine, where you want to store it. So I have decided I want to store in OPT and mkdir bkp. Okay, inside this bkp I want to store that. So this is the file. Okay, I want to do this. So now if you want to create a mount based, do one thing, just change the volumes to full path. It will become a mount automatically. This is a mount I was talking about. So it will become mount. Now this can be your the place where which is in the same host, or it can be a NFS mounted at your host also. So whatever it is. So now I'm creating third container with this and clearing the screen, and here you see I got one more container here, and Docker, this is the one. Now can I go ahead and check it out, container and df-kh, and you see here DevOps. Let me tell you one more thing, guys, important. Here if you do the df-kh, and if your volume mount two times, here in a df table you will not see it, but in the reality if you go to the file system lsopt you will see it. That is a one of the behavior which is there. So now, do we have this opt, I mean DevOps one opt? Yes, we have it. Can I write some files inside it? So here touch and opt DevOps one, and here what file I want to write? Ramu Kaka .txt. This is a unique file I created. Can I check in this? See, let me remind you, my container is running with the root user, the host machine is also running as a root. If this is owned by root and the container is running as a Jenkins, container will not be able to write a file inside this location. That's a permission issue. So you have to either use chown, or you have to use chmod and giving the right permission to the user also. Make sense? Okay, so guys, this is the volume, and this is how the data can be persistent. Now the time has to prove it whether the data is persistent or not. So now let me stop and delete all the containers. So here stopping all the containers, and now deleting all the containers, and done. Do you have a data? Yes, is there data? Var live docker and volumes. Do you have a data? Dev, let's check it out. You have a data. So data is persistent. Can you mount with the other container? Yes, you can mount it and use it. So that, guys, this is the data persistency. Any questions, guys?
Rajesh, what is the best practice for this volume ownership? It should be always lies with the root, or we should go always with some user. Like Jenkins has gone with the user and not with the root.
Ha.
So, what is the best practice?
It
Jenkins
should be some user, right? It should be user, not root, right? Always.
So Jenkins has gone with the not of this type, has gone with this type. In that case, what will happen? Whenever the volume will get created, ownership will transfer to the Jenkins user.
Okay.
So that is done implementation internally, because this volume is controlled by them. This volume controlled by you. So
Okay.
it's like this. Okay, guys. Any questions?
Can you mount a volume on a running container?
This is a very good question, and I've been trying to find an answer from last so many years. That I said one statement, right? Remember, one statement is, can you
You can
mount?
only create.
You can do the changes of the containers only before running it,
The
means
running.
before
Yeah.
creating it. Once you do the changes already, then it's very difficult. I said difficult, not impossible. Now, let's say you want to mount any volumes. So if you want to mount any volumes like this one, what you have to do, understand that conceptually. This you can do through network host and all, you can do that. Understand that. Network host. Because container within inside a container, it acts like a operating system. So if you know all this command mount, unmount, NFS and all, you can do that. Very well, you can do that. But I'm talking about the Docker mount. Is it possible? Answer is no. But is it really possible? The answer is yes also, because few guys have tried and they have shared that also. So, and that was like a long process. You have to modify the containers anatomy, and that is like too much of work. You will not do that because so Docker change info of container during runtime. So many blocks you will find, not many blocks, few blocks you will find on this. This is the CPU change. You cannot use this one. Update command. By the way, this was a task. So change volume. This guy has tried. This is a very popular block. This guy has written in 2015 only, but it's so complicated process. See here. So all this thing you have to do that and get doing. Getting my points?
Yeah.
So if you really want to try, just follow. It's by the way, I don't know whether it will work or not because this guy has written in 2014 or 15 only. Okay. Okay, guys. More questions?
Uh, Actually, why I asked that question was because of that update command itself.
No, no.
Because
Update will not do that.
no, no, because yeah, because they are allowing us to change the CPUs on the fly. Just except memory, they are allowing us to change lot of things on a Docker, right? So when they are doing that, why can't that particular like volume mount is not allowed runtime is my that's the place where I got that question.
Okay, so I'll answer this in a simple way. Sir, you are running laptop. You are adding new storage. Okay, so do you think automatically it will detect without restart? But you are adding some process in your machine. Okay, and you want to control that, give the more CPU, more RAM. So this is a runtime environment. You can give, let's say, this CPU. I want to in this process. You want to give more CPU, so you can give more CPU. This process I want to give less CPU, so you can give less CPU or RAM or whatever it is. Getting points?
Yeah, correct. But still, we can put something like an USB and expand the storage
Yeah.
runtime,
So that is
right?
what, then you ask, you put the right question, but you forgot one thing. The driver is local, not that driver. When you see that driver is local,
Oh, get it. Yeah.
so different driver need to be there, no? So that is, there's so many kind of storage are there in the whole world. You have a block storage, object storage, network storage, file systems storage. Again, different technologies are there, so you need to understand this.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get it. So that means by changing this driver here, we could have actually achieved that also, that
Yeah,
particular technique,
depends
right?
on the driver, depends on the driver. Okay. Okay, guys, so can we move on to the next topic, which is Docker networking? Is it okay, everyone? Any questions you have?
So, Rajesh, that yesterday you gave one assignment of the wait command, right?
Huh.
What is the practical use of that? I didn't get that.
Okay, so instead of me answering, can you help me? Anyone would like to help me? Who can help me with a Docker wait?
Yeah,
And that second was Docker update. So I think I did not ask because I assumed you.
we can use Docker wait for health check of your Docker running from external process such that we can know it is killed or it is stopped or it has
Wonderful.
come up or basically we can use
So
that to as an health check as well.
yeah, it's one of the best definition, I must tell you. Nothing better than I can explain. So wait command, as he explained, it will give you the status, exit status of the containers. So why this is useful for the monitoring purpose? Whether the container completed the task, whether container exited without completed the task, whether container is still running or something. What, even though it got exited, what exit code it has got exited, because each exit code has a some definition. So if you want to know that, you wait means docker wait and container id, it will wait till it get exit, and the moment it get exit, it will capture the exit code and print it. That exit code, you try to find out the meaning of it, and that way you can know that the work is completed, not completed, or whatever it is. Make sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay, anyone would like to help me with the update command?
So update is like limiting the resources used by the particular container in runtime.
Yeah. So basically, there are three resources which you have seen it during the stats. One is CPU, another one is RAM, and third one is a network input and output. Right. So if you want to limit that resources, because sometime you want to give the restriction, okay, do not use more. Now you must be thinking, why do we limit? So what happens? Sometime, let's say you run some application, let's say Jenkins, and Jenkins may have some bugs, and start consuming more than what it is supposed to. So in that case, what will happen? It will impact your host machine, because you know that system will get stuck, will get into the pod state, because you know that how CPU works. If one process is asking too many CPUs, and your C groups is busy giving the CPU, so it will ask other process to wait for it. So if these guys are consuming 100% CPU because of some bugs, so it's a problem for the host machine. So in those kind of scenarios, what you do, you have a limiting the each container maximum what you can ask to the system, maximum. So you can limit this, and you can limit during the runtime also, but actually during sorry, before runtime also you can, during the creation of the container, but also you can update it during runtime also. So I don't know how many of you have tried. I hope you have tried, all of you. Have you tried this?
Yep.
Okay, guys. So now let's move on to the next topic, and which is Docker networking. Can we?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So now let's get started, guys. Now Docker networking. So I've been telling you yesterday. I have repeated it many times actually. Each container get their one network namespaces, if you remember, each container. Okay, so container get network namespace, that means ethernet, you got it, it's a virtual ethernet, by the way. Okay, not like laptop you got a physical ethernet, it's a virtual ethernet. Okay, what is the job of the internet? Again, let me tell you here one more thing. I'm not teaching you networking, because networking I'm expecting you to know basic networking. Docker networking things I'm just covering right now. Okay, because networking alone, it's a huge topic. It's a huge topic. So in a Docker networking, in our containers, we get a one network namespace. That means one Ethernet we get it. But the question is not about getting Ethernet. The question is how this container is accessible over the internet. How? So let's not talk about the container to begin with. Let's talk about our home only. So guys, this is my home, your home. Right now you are currently living in. And this is a laptop one, it's a compute unit. This is a laptop two. Okay. And then how this, so here you have Ethernet, here you have Ethernet. But how this both machines get connected to the internet? Internet is again a form of network, is a WAN network, right? Form of network. So how these two machines get connected to the Ethernet, internet? Sorry, how?
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D 99 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Router.
Routers and modem.
Router. So guys, you answer my question. You have a Wi-Fi router in your home, which you have bought it, and this routing the traffic from here to here, here to here. Okay, the job of this to route. Router will give you one more thing. This will give you the one IP address, DSCP or static IP address, which will only router will be knowing. So router use do that. So router set up one network, and network set up with a CIDR, one subnet address, that's range of IP address, and based on the CIDR range, default range, each machines you get a IP address. Is that right, guys?
Yes.
Now router is giving you IP address. Router is connecting one laptop to another laptop, but this is still not getting the what is that internet. So how this internet comes here? So router has one more component which is called bridge. Okay, what we call it? Bridge. So router, what is a bridge? Now let me put it up in this way. Bridge. Okay, this is a bridge. Oh, sorry, I clicked on map. No, I wanted to click on image. This is a bridge. So what this bridge is doing? What this bridge is doing? Connecting.
Connecting one place to another.
No, connecting two land masses.
Land.
Connecting two world, right? So here, this is a bridge. But can we do one thing? Network bridge. Network bridge. So I got to know bridge. Now network bridge. See here, this is the image. This is a bridge. What this bridge is doing? Connecting
To host.
to network.
Two networks.
Not host. To network. So there is a one network. Let's say there is a bridge required. See, this is my home and this is your home. You have also same thing. So this network is different network. This network is different network. If you want to connect to this, there is a bridge connection. Bridge will connect between this network, this network. So if I want to connect from my home to your home, this bridge will help me. Don't you think so? Okay, correct now? So guys, this bridge is connected with your ISP provider, internet, and this through that only you get internet here from the different network, and it transfers to route through each machine. Something like that. I'm at the okay. I may not be 100% correct because at the high level I'm teaching you, because I don't want to deep dive and confuse you with the technological terminologies. I don't know how many of you are comfortable so for that. So in an easy way, I'm trying to explain you. So did you understand this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now the question was why I'm talking about it. Because you need to understand what is the bridge. You need to understand the bridge. Bridge helps you to connect between the two network. One is one network, two network. And route table is needed. Route table is needed for connect to one machine to another machine within this one, and in fact route to the ARP to outside. ARP means ARP stand for application. See, I forgot this. ARP request always travel to outside. ARP stands for address resolution protocol. This always travel outside. So here ARP will come here, then it will, if you have address here, it will go here, all it will travel outside. And here ISP will have a DNS where it will try to resolve that ARP request. Okay, so lots of things are there. Let's not get confused. So now that's a bridge. So guys, did you understand the bridge now?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's go into the Docker world. Guys, here what happens? what happens? This is the one my host machine where I'm running containers. And this is the one host machine, you get one ETH0. Okay, ETH0. Agree? Let me show you. If you are not agree, no problem. So I will delete all of my container first, then I'll show you that, because I don't want to confuse you the too many things. See guys, there's no containers right now. Now I'll show you the if config. You are familiar with the if config?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, don't see this one, don't see this one, only see this one. Each machine you will have this two. This is the ETH0 and this is loop back for the local loop. Okay, so you will have it. So ETH0 is here. This is what ETH0 I'm talking about. Okay, this ETH0, that means one namespace. If you get a two namespace, two ETH0, three namespace, three ETH0, like that. But unfortunately, each host, because of the PC concept, each host you get by default one network only. Okay, what is the IP address of this? Now, the question is from where I am getting this IP address. The answer is hidden for this node is hidden in my home router, come bridge, whatever, home router, which is outside. So here what is happening? This is the IP address connecting to this auth, and this IP address is getting released. Okay. So this is the router come bridge plus modem, sometime depends on what you have it is there. This is my home Wi-Fi. You can say in simple home Wi-Fi. So this IP address I'm getting from there. Okay, I'm just helping you. By the way, this is a private IP address created by VPC. Okay, CIDR range for that subnet CIDR range. Okay, so that's the one. Now here, now you look at this Docker 0. Now what is a Docker 0? So guys, if you look at this Docker 0, the IP range is 0.1. Net mask, subnet mask. What is a Docker 0? So a Docker 0 is a bridge here. Yes, this is the bridge, something similar to like this. But there is a disadvantage here. This bridge is a soft bridge. This is hardware bridge. You can understand that. This is created virtually. This is created with the hardware. So now what this bridge will do? This bridge will help you to connect the outside of the world to the container. One container, two container. Now this bridge will help you to contain container. Container, because you know that each container also we get one ETH space, I mean namespace, network namespace. ETH0 will be there inside a container also. Okay, now because of that IP address will be there. Now this container will get IP address because we're able to connect with this bridge because of VEth. What did we call it? VEth, virtual Ethernet. So guys, see that flow. Container connect to the VEth, VEth connect to the bridge. Here you have a VEth, VEth connect to the bridge, and bridge connect to the ETH0. ETH0 connected to this bridge, which is a router, and this gives you the internet. So now the internets come from where? You see here, travel from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. And if you want to reach out to this container, travel ARP to here to here. If you want to reach out to google.com, here to here to here to do DNS server of your ISP. Are you getting the concept what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So the flow at least clear. I know that it's very complicated and very deep topic, but we have a limitation actually. So did you understand that bridge?
Rajesh, is a question about the VEth. Who is creating that? Docker will create it.
Docker will create that. Yeah. So whenever you see V now, it's a virtual. Okay. V means virtual. Okay. So now let me show you guys. So this is Docker 0 is your bridge. Now the question is, how do I know? How do I know whether it's a bridge or something else? You should query. So Docker network. You don't know? You should run -h else. I got to know. I can list out network. So here Docker network ls. How many network you have? Look at this, guys. This is the network ID. Name is bridge. Driver is also bridge. Scope is local. Scope is local means local. So this is a bridge. Now, how do you know the relationship between this and the Docker 0? No. Any idea how do we know the relationship? You know the command, guys.
Inspect.
Yeah, inspect. Please use this a lot. So here you can use the network ID or bridge name, no problem. And guys, you see here, this is a CIDR range for subnet. See here, this is the some information. Okay, and this is the CIDR range. Now you want to know how much machines, how much containers can be created with this bridge. I will use the CIDR calculator. This we studied in the semester 2, if you remember. Okay, we were calculating through manual methods and used to take 10 minutes at least. And for that we had a formulas also, but we have a tools nowadays. So why to waste more time? So you see here how many hosts total you can create. 65,000 containers you can run with that particular bridge. Now you know one more thing here. What is the first IP here? And what is a gateway? No, second IP, this means .1, which is a gateway. Gateway, you understand gateway? Guys, gateway, you understand? Gateway means gate. I'll put it in this way. See here, gate. This is a gate, correct? This is a gate. How can I go to the home? Through the gate. But it will become a way, gateway. Now here I will say network gateway. Simple. It's very simple to learn, right? Network gateway. So using network gateway, your network can transfer to that particular network and the machines. So here networking rule is, this is the network gateway. See here, this is the internet, this is your modern router, whatever you can call it, and gateway. So what happens by default, first IP address of your bridge, if config, see, first IP address of your bridge is your gateway. So if you look at this, what is Docker 0? It's a gateway. Docker 0 is a bridge plus gateway plus routing table also. So many functionalities are inbuilt in this. So this is acting like a gateway, first IP address. So that is why I was drawing this picture. Internet come to Ethernet, from Ethernet connect to the bridge, bridge showed to the gateway, from the gateway it traveled to here and here. Guys, did you understand this?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the reason the IP address always, that's a networking rule. Okay, first IP address will be gateway, last 4 IP address will be reserved for that CIDR range. So again, those are the rules of networking. Okay, so with a little time, this is maximum what I can do. Now the question is, you have network ls. So guys, you know one thing, this network is a default network. This bridge is a default bridge. Can you delete it? No. Can you modify? No. Who controls it? The moment daemon you start it, first time, very first time, this get created. And after that, you cannot change it. You cannot delete it. You cannot do anything. So whenever you create a container, guys, understand that, please mark my statement. Whenever you create a container, the container IP address by default, it come from the CIDR range only. How do I know? Just run this, right? ATD Ubuntu. And here Docker ps Docker inspect. Guys, here see the IP address is 2. Next one will be 3, 4, 5. Why one, not 1? Because 1 is gateway. I told you there's a networking rule. I cannot do anything over it. Okay, so this is the gateway. Same gateway, you see that if config see here, same gateway, same one. See 70 node 1 71. Now the question is, where is the virtual Ethernet, which I said right here on, not here. Here I said, where is a virtual Ethernet? I'm talking about this one. This one. Where is that? See that I created one container, and you see that very carefully. You get a vth, one vth. This is a vth. Through that, your container is connected to the bridge, and bridge is connected to the ETH0. It's running on the same thing. It's not connected by it. So this is a vth. Can I create one more container? Created one more container. See, 2 vth. So one container, one vth. So guys, did you understand how it works? Guys?
Yeah.
Yes. So Rajesh, now you have created two VS,
Yes.
and how do we map which VS is for which container?
Inspect, guys. You can do inspect. Right?
Okay.
Inspect container, you will come to know which VS it got connected with. Okay?
Okay.
So, Rajesh, if you can run the Docker ls, network ls, what will come right now?
No, that's bridge, that's a bridge will be there.
Oh, so it does not show the individual containers.
No. We have to do
Okay.
inspect the container, and then you will see all this stuff. Inspect the container will give you huge information. I had asked you to spend little bit of time, no matter whether you understand or not understand, because that way what happens, tomorrow something which you are needed, suddenly you recall, okay, I've seen this field in this inspect.
Sure.
Okay, so now did you understand that, guys?
Yes.
Now the question is,
Uh,
can you
uh,
tell me?
Yeah, here when the IP address, if we can once you're creating the starting a new container, the IP will be by default. It will be get assigned based on the mask, right? Subnet mask, right? So
Not subnet mask, CIDR, subnet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to change it, we can do it within the range. We can change it, or it is
Yes. Why not? You can do that. But the question is how to do that. I'll teach you now.
okay.
Yeah. So guys, by the way, this you cannot modify. Okay. Nothing can be done. Where to do? Now the question
Can multiple bridges be created on the
that is I'm
on the
covering.
same?
That is I'm covering. Okay. So guys, now the question is, how can you take advantage of this Docker networking and stuff like that? So one of the advantage you can take it from, it's a huge topic to be honest, but one of the scenarios which I say, let's see, your project said run one application stake in the one network one, and run another application in a network two, and do the cross network testing and see that experience, and like that. Have you done this cross networking testing? Hello guys, am I there?
Not for.
Okay,
I think
so
no,
understand
I
that
guess.
cross network testing, that means you should not run the application in your network only and tell okay everything is working. You should try in the different network scenarios through REST APIs, or through cross network functionality. So now how much time it will take to create a one network? Let's say this is your office in Whitefield, okay, and there is one office cross network you have in Chennai, okay. So this is something like this, okay. So cross network testing you have. So you have to run one in here, one in here, something like that. So how much time it will take to set up this network, then run application in this network, that connect, routing, bridge, all this thing you have to do a lot of time. It might take a lot of time, but in a Docker, it will take 1 second. Yes, true. 1 second. How? Let's understand this. What you can do is both network you can create in the same host. Yes, same host. This is the one machine now, and this is a bridge 1. This is a bridge 2. One network, bridge 2, two network. Out of which I got one network already created. You see here. You created which network? This one. What is the CIDR range? Starting with 17. Remember 17 only. Okay. Now can I create one more bridge? So Docker create. Understand that, guys. Very simple concept. Create what? Network. You can say driver and all stuff like that. Default driver is bridge. What is the network? Dev network. See. What is the mistake? He's trying to pull that image. Did you understand this? Command is wrong. This is right. Last time it's trying to pull the image, which is a network and dev image, which is not exist at all. Guys, we created a network, Docker network ls. See, now I got a dev. See here, id, bridge, local. Can I create one more? QA. I created two network, two bridge. See here, dev, QA. Can I inspect it? Docker, inspect, id. If you provide the ID, you don't have to provide the network command and all. See here, 19 and dev 18.
So
That means this also will hold 65,000. Now the question someone has asked, can I create a network with a certain CIDR range? The question is it possible? Why not? I don't know, so I should ask. And here you can set subnet CIDR. Got it?
Yep.
So many things you can do that. Now if you see that,
so now question, Rajesh. So because now we created multiple bridges where we can host multiple containers on top of it.
right.
So when your container D as such, so by default it will be with the one network, right?
No, sir,
So
container D
yeah,
is having no responsibility of having the IP address. Container D only allocate one network namespace like ETH0 to each container. How this connect over the network, that is a job of VEth and bridge.
ORT effort.
okay. So now the thing is like suppose when we are trying to create a new container, which is the bridge it will take by default? So is there an option to suggest a
That's I'm
bridge?
coming back. I'm coming back. Yeah,
Okay,
same.
sure, sure.
I only created bridge. No, I'll come back. So default is a bridge. I told you that's a default. If you do not see, default is bridge. You cannot delete it. You cannot modify it. But here, these are the things you can modify. This is mine, right? This is mine. I can do whatever I want. I can delete. I can create. I can modify whatever I want. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot modify once it's created, but you can delete and recreate one more time with the customized option. Any questions, guys?
And the default bridge, we cannot change any parameters also in the bridge.
No, once if it is no, I told you, no, that you cannot change here.
Okay.
Repeating, it's a default bridge. It's controlled by Docker, and the moment you start the Docker very first time, this will get created, and after it will not be able to do anything.
Okay, so in that case, if you want to use a specific range of means the CIDs and all, then only we go for our own customized bridge, right?
Yeah, cross network testing, okay, and all this stuff. Okay, guys, let's move on. So here I created two bridge. Now, if you see the if table, if IP table, if config, see that, guys. Remember, this vth is belong to the container. Two containers I'm running. Forget about it. See, this is the default bridge Docker 0, and this is the two here br1. See 19, and just remember 19, 18. That will be easier for you. 18, see 17, 18, 19. Do you want to customize it? Yes, during the creation. This is the gateway, this is the gateway, this is the gateway. Now this is the one, this is the one. I can modify anything I can do with this. I cannot do anything with this. Please understand. So guys, this is the one which is there. Is that understood, guys, for everyone?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now the question is, I created two network for doing the cross testing, but the question is, how do I run my container inside it? And I think you should know the answer by now. Docker, I don't know, Docker run -h. So what happened? H is not working. Help. Oh shit.
-L.
-L. It's taking as a image name. What is happening? Oh, sorry. I lost it actually. Docker run help opposite. What I'm doing? Docker help run. So what is happening? They are running image and trying to download it, which is not available actually. So Docker help run opposite. Can you help me with this? How can I specify network? Guys?
The network command is over. Network. Yeah, something like that.
-. network.
Connect a container to
A network.
So
Network. Yeah.
no default network, because if you not specify, it will take the default. But this time I'm not going to do that. I want to run the container, but in the different network. Which network? Dev network. So can I do that? So here this command you know very well. And now -net is a shortcut. Okay, dev. Okay guys, look at my screen please. Now I got the third container. This is the container which is running in the dev network. These two container is running in the default network, default bridge. So can I inspect and get to know the IP address? Docker inspect container ID and enter, and you see 18. Just remember 18 because default was 17. Remember? Can I do one more thing? Can I create one in the QA network? And you see here Docker QA network, Docker inspect and QA. This is the QA one. And see 19. See here network QA detailed.
But we have not defined QA, right? We have not defined QA network, right?
I did know. See here.
Oh.
I did know. I created network ls. See here.
We created two networks. Yeah.
So guys, this is the way you decide where you want to run, whether you want to run in the default network, which is here, or dev network, which is here. You decide this container will go here or here.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Now, if the container is running across the network, now you can do the proper setup. Again, so many things are there in networking. So sorry, not able to talk about it, but only I'm covering the Docker related topics. So guys, now the question was how to create, what is the type of the bridge? What is the type of network? So here we got to know the driver is bridge, host, null. Now I did not discuss about host and null because that's a very simple. Bridge is the important one. Now I discuss about what is a bridge and how basically container connect with the bridge and then veth, the bridge and eth and then outside of the network. And then we talk about how do we create a bridge, how do we create a bridge, and then we discuss about how do we use that particular network for the containers. Now the question you must be having in your mind, can we have one container with a two network? That means a container should be a part of the dev also and it should be part of QA also. Is there any possibility? Why not? Laptop you can have a two network. So why can't containers have a two network? So can we have it? Yes, we can have it. So now let's do that. So right now I am having Docker PS. This container is a dev. This container is QA. I should not get confused this. So I am going to rename this one to QA and this one to dev. So that way I will not get confused. Okay, dev. So guys, I think I name it properly. And here this is the QA network, this is the dev network. Can I rename this one also default network? So Docker rename this container default, okay, Docker 0. And now I think I have a three containers, three network and done. So guys, can we attach this container which is a part of the QA to the dev network? Can we do that? So let's do that. Docker network attach which container. Okay, sorry, I don't know that command. So what should I do? Docker network hyphen h and enter. I got to know so many options here. So here I use the create command to create a network. After this I am going to use the connect command to connect to a network, to the different network. Disconnect also, inspect also, ls also, prune also, rm also, but right now I'm using connect. So can I do this? So here I am connecting Docker network connect container to which network? Dev network. Guys, did you understand this?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here there is a problem here. I should write opposite way, dev and this container. And guys, done. Can I do inspect of this container and see if it is done or not? Docker
It's related to IP address, right?
to IP address, yes. And guys, you see that 18 also has come and 19 also has come. This is a QA and this is a dev. But if you see the other containers will have a still different only one. So here you see dev, see only one dev. So guys, can we rename it now? Docker ps, Docker rename this container. So that way it will not confuse me. I'm a major problem because here QA plus dev. Oh, sorry, should be not expression. So here this is the, so this is the way you do that. Now can I do one thing? Can I disconnect it? So disconnect network, connect disconnect network from one network. So Docker network disconnect. And what is the disconnect? Please check the spelling mistake. And what is the network? Which is I want to disconnect from the dev, which is this one. And done. Can I inspect this? Inspect inspect and container ID, and you should be having only QA. Okay, so now this is the way you connect this is the way you connect and disconnect. Can I delete this RM? Which network? Can I delete the bridge? Anyways, it will not be possible. Cannot be removed. But can I try deleting the another network which I created? So here it says it's been used. You have to remove all the containers. So can I do one thing? Can I stop all the containers? Can I remove all the containers? And then can I delete this? It got deleted. Can I prune this time? Unused network. Prune. And guys, yes. And guys, QA also got deleted because I deleted all the containers. And then this is the network. And you see here IP table if config. See everything got killed. So clean work within a matter of seconds. You can do whatever you want, what kind of setup you want, and Docker is giving you the power of doing all these things. So guys, did you understand that all this stuff?
Yep.
Yes.
So what I understand is only the network is allowing in the container, even though running, we can play with the network, attaching or disconnecting with that.
Yes, yes, that is allowed. So this is like let's say my laptop is running, I can disable from my home network. I can go to this this network. I can go, right? So it's possible.
Yep.
Okay. So guys, now the question is remaining. Is last two question is remaining. What is this network other type? What is the network other type, which is the host? So guys, host means host. I think you know this thing, bridge, host, none. These are the type which is already, these are the driver, okay? These are the driver already available in the VMware also, VirtualBox also. I don't know how many of you have noticed that one. If you go to the networking tab of the VirtualBox of VMware, you will see
Yes.
driver. So host means what? In the host means, guys, understand that host driver means containers do not get connected to, understand that container do not get connected to bridge but host network. Host network means the host machine, your host, the place where you're running container. Remember, container do not do not do the special treatment. Container is a process for the host. So you are running so many process, this process, understand that ps-ef. Here containers, these all process running, they are using the same host network. So that container, you are saying do not get network namespace. Yes, do not get network namespace and connect to the bridge network. Connect to the host network. Host network means same network which my node is on. So now the question is, how can I do that? So answer is very simple. Docker run -itd ubuntu, and here I should specify --net is equal to host. Simple, that's all. And container got created, and you see here docker ps docker inspect and container id, and you see here under the host you have a host, and there's no IP address, because IP address you get it only through bridge. So why there's no IP address? Because host network is the one which you have attached to it. So now the question is, think and then tell me, can you run two Jenkins container with the host network?
No.
Why not?
Port
It's
conflicts.
the
If
same
we have
IP,
two
same
with a
port.
port,
Yeah, you correctly said. Because
but
it's a host network, you have only one network, you cannot run two port at the same network because it's connecting. Now the question is, how can I experience that? You want to experience this? First look at this if config Guys, you are seeing Docker 0, ETH 0, LO. No VETH, no VETH. And top of it, one more thing I would like to show you, go and attach to this container, because attach, I'm able to do that because it's a bin bash. I can interact with this. I'm a human being and I am inside a container. Now, if config is not there, so what do we do? No problem, install it. So I have a full command somewhere lying, so I will install it. It's a network utility, you have to install it. So for that, this command will install all the network utility in Ubuntu. Host network, so internet is you are getting over there, no problem. Okay, guys, done. Can I do if config now? See, you were seeing in the host network. Remember, I am inside a container. Do not perceive you are outside. You are inside a container. Docker 0, ETH 0, LO, and it's a APT, guys. It's a APT. This is a Ubuntu. Now, if I do control PQ, now the question is, what is control PQ? So, guys, I don't want to write exit command. Why? Because if I write exit command, what will happen? You know that reason, correct? Right? You know
Yeah,
that.
PID one will shut down.
Yeah, and you know the rule also. So I cannot do the exit, but I have to come out of it. What do we do in this case? So when you are on a bin bash, there is one control command will work, that is called control plus P plus Q. Please hard code this. If you want to note it down, please note it down. Control plus P plus Q. So it will exit the console. Basically it will detach the console without killing the PID one. That's the beauty about it. This will work only on the bin bash. Okay, so control P Q. Sorry, I did not press Q. Control P Q. I did this, and now you see this container is still running, and you see here container is still running. So host will share a host driver with the driver, and the container with the host driver will share the network with the host machine alone, and that way you get the network, whatever the host he's having accessible with, you get it, everything. So that's it. So because it's a process, do not treat container in a different way. Did you understand that, guys? Host driver,
Yes.
by the way,
So,
this host driver was there in a VMware also. I don't know how many of you have used. It's there from last 18 years, I guess, more than that.
So, Rajesh, one question here. So, yesterday we did something called minus P Docker port and host port, right? So,
Mhm.
what will happen if I am on the host network itself? Can I
Don't
map two
no
port? Yeah.
don't need. Why you need? Because you needed to port map proxy creating when you are having one IP address to another IP address which is accessible with each other. So that way you do that. But here you don't need no p hyphen p option.
Okay. So,
You can directly use, let's say, Docker run. Let me show you rather than talking. Docker run hyphen d Jenkins. Okay. This, oh shit, I just a second, hold on. Docker run hyphen d Jenkins, and here I should specify host. Sorry, that was last. It's run with the default. Okay. Now I can hit the IP address of mm, host machine and 8080. I did not do hyphen p. Remember, I did not do p. So you can go here and 8080. Okay, and it should come. So let's wait for a few seconds. Docker ps, okay, Jenkins, this is the one I think. Yeah, is there? Got it?
yeah, got it, got it.
Yeah. So host you can try if you don't want to fall in a trap of a bridge and proxy and all this that and all. You can run, but the limitation is you can only run one Jenkins at this port. That means if you run second Jenkins, it will not run. Simple.
Okay.
Rajesh, so one thing I wanted to ask is if we have two Ethernet, say ETH0 and ETH1, can we have two host network? I mean, if we can give two internet connection.
No, I think, see, I'm just thinking just a second. You ask a very good question. So if you have a two Ethernet, can you have run a two port? The answer should be no, because port is at the socket level, network is at the ETH0 level. So answer should not be yes. Yes, you cannot run it.
Because I remember we in LXC we were able to create some kind of a virtual network, two networks in
That's the
two
same
different
thing. No?
IP.
You create a different network, but you ask something different here. You said
Okay.
you said uh, two network
Yeah,
at the same host. Getting
yeah,
my points?
yeah,
So
right.
if you are having same host, then its socket will be one, no?
Yeah, okay,
But
okay.
there, when you create a user space and mount it everything to that particular environment, then it become a different host. Started acting like a different host, right?
Right,
Yeah, so
right.
that way.
Okay.
Where did you do the LXC programming?
No, no, we did some what do you call, some POCs where we had to do some through some LXC. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, mainly you do that for, optimizing the resource allocation of the runtime environment of
No,
application.
because that time we had only two Ethernet ports, so we were not able to make it more than two. So what we got is, if we have four or three Ether ports, then we can have three LXC containers with three different
Ah,
IPs and query.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, so,
Now I
like,
think you don't have to struggle because Docker has made it everything so simple.
yeah.
Okay, guys. So I think this was the second driver, which was a network. I mean, sorry, host. Now the question is, what is the third one? Docker network ls. What is the third one? Third one means no network. Simple. That means each container, I've been repeating multiple times, each container will get one network, one mount, one pmap, and one user space. But in this case, you will get users, you will get mount, you will get pmap, but you will not get network. That's simple. No network. Okay, let's like a disconnected network. So docker run hyphen itd itd hyphen net is equal to none, and what is that? Ubuntu, and here docker ps docker, you there's no network, you can see that also. Contain docker inspect container id, and see here none, no network. Can I go inside the container? So docker ps docker attach, because I'm able to do that because of bin bash. uh, Attach, and here if config is not there, can I install it? Because of there's no network, you will not be able to install it anything, because there's no internet also, right? See here. So no internet, no network, no internet. Got it, guys?
Can you just repeat this, Rajesh?
No
That's the
network.
one.
That means none driver will give no network namespace to the container, because network, when you need, you want to access that application from outside over the network. Here you don't get a network, so you'll not be able to access it. Simple.
No, I'm just talking about that creation command, just
Okay,
outside this.
just
Yeah.
okay, just control P here. This one, just and network is equal to none. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay, guys. So
Uh,
this, yeah,
is there any reason why people will ever do this?
no network.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, most of the hacking happens over the network. If there's some confidential data, I'm one of the use cases. I'm just
Okay.
based on my visualization. Most of the access happen over the network. So if you have some compute unit which is isolated and have some precious data which you want to access through, some other way, you want to only, let's say, that will process that thing and then will generate some other information which you want to access through the volumes or something like that. So that way,
Okay.
that engine is safeguarded. Getting my points?
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Because
Makes sense.
ultimately the use of the container to process something, run something, right? Run application, some algorithm. So that if you want to safeguard those logics, you can run it in the no network mode.
And Rajesh, this bridges that we create, right? So if there are two network Ethernets, right? So I believe we can kind of configure the Ethernet ports to the bridge, right? That should be
Yes,
possible,
bridges.
right?
Bridges, you have to configure the port. Without that, you cannot access from outside.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So I think this was the volumes and the networking. Any questions you have?
No.
Okay. So
Uh,
yeah, please tell me.
yeah, can you also paste that link to the apt get? We can search there.
Yeah.
Just that.
It's there. Yeah. Yeah, this is the typical installing the network utility. You can find in the Google also. Very easy.
Okay.
Guys, no question? Okay, so now what we will do, we will have one break because I need it very badly, and we'll have a coffee break. And after this break, I will give you the environment, the machines, whatever you have, and I will let you do the volumes and networking. And it's not very difficult. Just you have to change a little bit of mindset. That's all, and you will start enjoying it. Just a matter of commands. So all the commands you have it, all this you have it here, tutorials also. In fact, these tutorials also you have all these commands. Okay, so just check it out also, and it'll help you. Anyways,
please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.